Yes, Alberto Del Rio defeated the Big Show last night on Friday Night SmackDown to win his first ever World Heavyweight Championship. If you're a real true fan of mine and you've been with me for the past year, year and a half, maybe even if I was on some of my older channels that I do not want to exactly bring up because I had some trouble with those accounts. I have been a Del Rio fan since his earlier debut. You all know that by now. If you haven't, go back and watch some of my older videos and exactly realize why I'm a big Del Rio fan. And it was just very heartwarming seeing him win the World Heavyweight Championship on last night's episode of SmackDown. Note, by the way, just a few real note here. I did not watch the entire episode. I had my good friend Patrick for Life. You guys know him on YouTube here as that. I had him tell me when it was like the last half hour, and then that's when I ended up turning SmackDown on because, like I said, I haven't watched a full episode of SmackDown since about August. But if Del Rio's champion, and I hear some pretty good reviews about it, I'll definitely check it out. I mean, once that I heard the backstage news to why he won the title in the first place, it still kind of sickens me to the fact that they had him win the title so that he could be WWE's little Latin boy, like they tried to have with Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara. And obviously, the fans in the United States, maybe not exactly for Rey Mysterio, but for Sin Cara mainly, they don't exactly take him in. You know what I mean? They don't take him in like a Rey Mysterio or like now Alberto Del Rio. And I'm glad that they're going to try and use Del Rio to basically get worldwide exposure, I guess you could say. I like that because then, hey, it does draw fans in and it helps grow the WWE into what we could possibly see is a little edge to WWE instead of this whole PG bland thing that we've been seeing over the number of years that WWE's been TV PG. I did want to make the video the day after or even during, but it didn't help that I couldn't make the video yesterday because I did fall asleep right after SmackDown. But the reason I wanted to make the video after SmackDown was because I don't look at spoilers and I don't want to post spoiler videos. That's the reason. I mean, I remember when I was making videos and I had my iPod and I had my little camera and I put it on there and we were going through the spoilers together and everything. I don't have an iPod. My tripod, I don't even know where that is right now. It's probably right behind me. I don't even know. Um, I don't know. I don't really want to do that anymore. It's just not my calling, basically. But I'm glad when it comes to Alberto Del Rio, I'm glad that I found out he did it so that maybe I could. I wanted to watch Alberto Del Rio win the World Heavyweight Championship, pardon me. But there are going to be some problems that I'm going to have with Alberto Del Rio being champion. Obviously, with the main one being Dolph Ziggler cashing in on Alberto Del Rio, his imminent cashing in on Alberto Del Rio very soon. But hey, there's a good possibility that we could actually see Alberto Del Rio walk into WrestleMania with the World Heavyweight Championship. And how cool would that be? He would walk into WrestleMania 29 2 years after he should have won the World Heavyweight Championship from the Rated R Superstar Edge after he won the Royal Rumble. Was it 2 years ago now? Wow, I feel really old because, hey, I'm going to be on here for 2 years in about, 15 days? Yeah, 2 years of Perry the Entertainer. Jesus Christ. And let's just say I might have a little something, something planned for that as well. But when it comes to Del Rio winning the World Heavyweight Championship, I think this is a brand new beginning for SmackDown. And actually, quite thinking about it, I'm actually excited for SmackDown. Granted, I may not watch it from week to week like I was before uh, the month of August happened, and after the Great American Bash special that I just said I'm done with it. Um, I might start coming back to watching SmackDown full time, and hey, if I've been hearing a lot of good things about SmackDown over the last week and a half, and that's excluding the entire thing with Alberto Del Rio. I did see a little bit on YouTube. Unfortunately, I did not get to watch it on TV. I saw a little segment with The Rock and Team Rhodes Scholars, which may plan a little something for the Royal Rumble, seeing that maybe the Rhodes Scholars will win the tag titles because hey, they're in the ring with The Rock, who is considered the biggest superstar in the WWE right now, and by WWE, their biggest superstar of all time, and they have just some random tag team come in the ring and basically try to make a mockery of The Rock. I mean, of course, The Rock did hit the rock bottom on Damian Sandow and eventually hit the people's elbow on Cody Rhodes. I understand that, and you could be looking at that saying that they buried him, but who knows? This could be a new beginning. Maybe this entire thing with The Rock is just trying to get them over with the fans, and who knows, by basically what we saw on SmackDown last night, or at least what I saw on the internet on SmackDown earlier today, that could be in the future too. We could definitely see the Rhodes Scholars winning the tag titles at the Royal Rumble. I would definitely love to see that. I saw the promo or promos, I believe there was two of them, of CM Punk at Sun Life Stadium, making a mock of The Rock, saying that, oh, you know, your football career's over, just like your wrestling career is going to be over, and all that. I thought that was great. It definitely does add a new mask to their feud that they're going to be having going into the Royal Rumble, where that's probably going to, as much as I kind of hate to say it, it's probably going to go on after the Rumble because of how big caliber it looks like WWE's going to try and make this. They're trying to put it like a Rock and Cena build, and I don't know. I don't know if it was just me. I don't really exactly, not that I understand it. I don't understand it. I just feel that it's not Rock and Cena, you know. I mean, but Punk has good mic seals. We all know that by now. If you don't know that by now, go on YouTube. We're on YouTube right now. Go in the search bar, type in CM Punk promo. Doesn't matter which one you click on, he's still going to deliver in just about every one of them. Simple as that. Whereas he could take advantage of The Rock with the Tooth Fairy thing, which Cena tried to do last year, but that ended up going to no avail. The Rock ended up coming back, and I don't know if it's just me, but that Cookie Puss reference, I understand what it's from. I do understand because I ended up having to look it up. Yes, I'll admit it. I had to look it up after Raw, but I it doesn't get over with me. Like how The Rock was calling Cena stuff like transvestite Wonder Woman. He's a Teletubby, a Fruit Loop, a blah blah blah, all this sort of thing. Um, yeah, exactly. Or a Fruity Pebble, not a Fruit Loop, a Fruity Pebble. I'm sorry. Those are all references we kind of get, but when it comes to the Cookie Puss, really? Like, I mean, a lot of the younger fans, like I said, I did have to Google it when Raw went off the air. I will admit it. I will be full at blame. Yes, I had to Google the reference of Cookie Puss after Raw ended on Monday, but not a lot of the younger fans are going to get the reference until they grow up and eventually realize that's what Rock was calling him. Um, but you just take a look at it now, and it's just kind of awkward. Excuse me, that was me closing my printer. I don't know why I had it open, but yeah, I got a printer for Christmas. I think you guys already knew that. If you didn't, box is right here. I don't think you can see that in the shot, but whatever. God, I have ADD. But when it comes down to CM Punk and The Rock for Royal Rumble, I think it's going to be a good match. I didn't like the end of Raw. Not the promos. The promos back and forth were absolutely amazing. If I could see that from week to week to week to week and not have The Rock leave and just have him, Punk, and maybe if you want to throw Cena in there and just throw a couple shots at each other to end the show, I think that would be great. That would make monster money, monster ratings, all that sort of thing. Now, granted, Raw didn't have the hottest ratings, but everyone's gonna blame it on the Alabama Notre Dame blowout. But then again, that's probably why they tuned out in the first place, because of the 42-14 blowout that Alabama just absolutely killed Notre Dame. The Fighting Irish ended up going down to the Roll Tide, so that didn't exactly happen now. But I definitely think The Rock and CM Punk is going to deliver at the Royal Rumble. Just like I'm not exactly quite sure, but with how they pulled it off yesterday, I think Del Rio and Big Show are going to pull it off at the Rumble. And we don't exactly know who's going to win the Royal Rumble. My money's going to probably be on Cena, as much as I hate to say it. And who knows? Maybe WWE might change up their minds, and maybe they actually might have CM Punk defeat The Rock at the Royal Rumble. Who knows? Nobody knows at this point. It's really nice. I like how I went from Alberto Del Rio to talking about Punk, but you could call this a SmackDown review if you want to. But I don't think I'm reviewing SmackDown, considering that I didn't watch the full episode. I watched the last half hour and a few promos from The Rock, the Team Rhodes Scholars, and the CM Punk promos from Sun Life Stadium, making fun of the Hurricane, or was it the Hurricanes? I'm not exactly quite 100% on my tag or on my college team, so bear with me there. What else? What else happened? I don't know anything else that happened on SmackDown. I'm being quite honest. Yeah, that's. I made a 10-minute video on a half hour of SmackDown. So, what? Give me your thoughts on everything. Give me your thoughts on Alberto Del Rio winning the world title from the Big Show. Where does this put Big Show fans? I know Big Show still have a big fan base. What's going to happen with Big Show? Is he going to just kind of drop off the face of the earth after this title win? Is he going to lose at the Rumble and then just eventually ended up leaving WWE? Could that be happening? Or is this all going to be setting up Big Show for a big moment at WrestleMania that could possibly happen? Maybe with him and Mark Henry, maybe with him and Shaq. That's going to be apparently a big thing considering their big showdown that they had back in '08, I believe. I don't remember if that's exactly '08 or '09. It's one of the two, but I believe it's '08. Are they going to have Big Show and Shaq take on? Who knows? I think that, I don't know. But we do know Del Rio is going to be walking into the Rumble with the World Heavyweight Championship, and we know a Dolph Ziggler heel cash in is imminent at this point. It's not even in the question. It's going to happen, and who knows? Maybe it could happen at the Royal Rumble. Maybe it could happen at the Elimination Chamber. Or, who knows? Maybe it could be happen at WrestleMania. Maybe we could see Ziggler rise up to the occasion at WrestleMania. Who knows? Leave all of your thoughts down in the comment section. What do you guys have to say? What did you guys think of SmackDown last night? Just think I made an 11-minute video on a half hour that I watched. Sorry if it's not exactly much of a SmackDown review, but I was very excited when I saw Alberto Del Rio win. When I was watching the promos today, the Rhodes Scholars could be winning the tag titles. Who knows? Let me know what you guys have to say about that. With the Rhodes Scholars taking on Team Hell No at the Royal Rumble, what do you think about that? What do you think about The Rock and CM Punk? Who has the edge right now? Who's going to win at the Rumble? Where does The Rock go from here? If he does lose to CM Punk or if he does win, I hear that he's going to be appearing at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view in February. What's going to happen there? And obviously he will show up for WrestleMania. So that's all I got to say. Leave all of your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys thought on SmackDown. Alberto Del Rio, Team Hell No, the Rhodes Scholars, Rock, Punk, Cena, doesn't matter. Ziggler's cash in, his heel turn, he is a heel. His cash in, when is it going to happen? It's very imminent at this point, but when is it going to happen? Is it going to happen at the Rumble? Could it be happening at WrestleMania? Who knows? Let me know what you guys think, and I'm out. Perry the Entertainer signing out. Peace. Thank you guys for watching.